Now, let's try to talk about the functions of the charge controllers. I know in the last video you saw I explained about the charge controllers and how they are pressed, their function, their main purpose is to regulate voltages and current flowing from the panel to the loads or to the battery charging. Okay, it regulates that voltages and current so that the battery can be well charged with a nominal voltages which is supposed to be for charging. Okay, now today we are going to dig what are the functions of these regulators. As you see it there, what is the function of this regulator? What can we use this regulator? How can this regulator help our system to be in good conditions? Okay, let us see the functions. Let us talk about the functions of this electronic device called a charge solar controller or solar charge regulator. Let's dig into the functions. Here we have some of the functions of charge controllers. Then you will see and it will tell you once you have a fault, you will know as a customer who is having a solar system at his home. You will know that, oh, my system, the charge controller, if it lights like this, it is showing me a fault. If it lights like this or it indicates something like this, it shows. So this information not only for technicians, also for you, the customers. And this is why we are here. Now, let us dig into the functions of solar charge controller. Okay, let us say we begin with its function. What is the use of a charge controller in our system? That is the function of it to manage the system, the solar system, the solar panel, the battery, and the loads, plus that regulator which we are learning today. What is its function? What is the use of this? Can I use these solar panels or this solar regulator without or with? Let us see the use of it. Some technicians want to use without it, and some customers, they don't know why the use of it. That's why I say it needs all of us to know the use of each component we are going to recover here. What is the use of this charge controller or charge regulator in your solar system? Before you install any solar system, this is the first thing you need to ask as a customer. Have you brought a charge controller? Okay? Don't look only on solar panels and the battery. Look at a charge controller, because without a heart, our bodies can't work. And we said a charge controller is the heart for the whole solar system. The panel, the battery, the loads. Without a charge controller, your system is in danger. Your system is in danger. Okay? You need to have this solar charge controller. Okay? You need to have these solar charge controllers. If you're a technician, do not go to a customer's premises without a charge controller. If you have failed to find one, at least look for all ways to export it or from another country, because your system will not make what we want. Our aim is to solve electrical bills. Okay? But once you install it for a customer without it, still you will see the system will die in short years or in short period of time. But once you install it in a proper way with a solar panel, then install a regulator, then install a battery, then you can supply your power to the loads. Okay? Now without a solar charge controller, the system is in a danger, in the situation whereby it will not work the way we want it to work for the customer. So that the customer, after some time, he sees some profits, okay, from not paying electrical bills. That is our aim. We have the free sun and this solar is for us. Now, the first function is the battery charging regulation. The battery charging regulation. What does it mean? Battery charging regulation. This is saying the battery charging regulation. The function of a charge controller is to regulate the battery charging. Okay? How does it regulate? To prevent overcharging of the battery. Okay? One of the points on battery charging regulation, on the function of the charge controller to regulate the charging of the battery, to avoid what? To avoid or to prevent overcharging of the battery. This is like this. Once you install your solar panel will send power to the battery. Now we install our solar charge controller. This charge controller will regulate the charging voltages, okay? Or it regulates the charging. Here they are saying it regulates the battery charging, okay? The battery is 12 volts. Our regulator, the panel is sending 21, that is too much, okay? Now we need like 15 to charge the battery. This regulator will regulate it to 15 volts so that the battery can charge slowly at its pace so that doesn't get fault, okay? And that is our first function of a solar charge controller, to regulate battery charging. Another thing, why does it regulate? To stop charging when the battery is full, okay? Another way of regulating battery charging by the solar charge controller is this solar charge controller, it stops the panel from sending power or voltages to the battery direct, okay? This regulator, it stops the battery from receiving unwanted voltages or unwanted current. So the battery will be at peace with the voltages it needs. Once it reaches 14 volts, sometimes they go up to 13.7 volts, that's when the battery is fully charged, okay? And this regulator will sense this and will disconnect, okay? Now there is no voltages coming from the solar panel to save our battery from overcharging. You see, it stops charging when the battery is full. Once the battery is full, our solar charge controller will stop the panel from charging the battery until we use that power again. Then it will allow the panel to charge the battery. That is the use of, and our system will last for many years. Once there is a controller, the system goes, it controls, then it leaves. You see, that's how our system can go for many years. Another function is, there is also over discharge protection. The second function is over discharge protection. What does this mean? It disconnects loads when the battery voltage comes too low, okay? This charge controller, when you're using your loads, the TVs, the security lights, the lights in the house, the loads, charging phones, playing games, okay? It senses when the battery voltage is going low. Now when it goes low, it does what? It disconnects. It disconnects automatic without your help. That is the use of, so that the battery is not what? Over discharged. So that the battery is not over discharged. It is protected. And that's the function of a solar charge controller. We said it protects the over discharge. When the battery, if there is no controller, your TV will consume all power from the battery. Even battery can die from that very night. But the charge controller will say, no, I still need my battery. Let me disconnect you. Be patient until tomorrow. Panel will send power to charge our battery. It is protecting the battery for you, a client, and protecting your work as a technician. And the client will say, wow, this technician did a very good work for me because of this charge controller, which is protecting your battery from over discharge. Okay? When the battery goes up to, like, let us say 10 volts, it will disconnect all your loads. Its main purpose, it is automatic. Its main purpose to protect the battery from over discharge. And we shall be happy. Tomorrow we shall use it. If you overcharge the battery can die, completely die. Okay? Now the charge controller is limiting the over discharge of the battery so that we can use it tomorrow again after charging it. Okay? It does this automatic. Now, it also protects the over discharge. This protection of the over discharge, it makes the battery life to live longer. Okay? It makes the battery to live longer. If you control charging and discharge, when the battery is discharged, there is the limit, then it disconnects so that the battery is not over discharged. And the life of the battery will be at par with the customer. As a technician, never install without a regulator because it has good functions. The next function is reverse current protection. Listen well, reverse current protection. What does this mean? This regulator, another function of it in our system, it protects the reverse current. Which reverse current is the current which flows from the battery. You know, at night, solar panels, they don't work. Okay? Now, once you connect your solar panel direct to the battery will send back the current to the panel and it will affect your panel. Yes, it will affect your panel because of that current which goes back at night. Now, once you press your charge controller in the middle, once the battery sends at night, current will stop at the regulator. And the regulator will not let the current or voltages to go to our panel. It's protecting our panel. That is called the reverse current. That reverse current which goes back. And here they are saying it prevents battery current from flowing back to the panel at night. You see? It prevents the battery from flowing the current back to the panel. And our panel will be resting at night, waiting for morning to come so that it charges. All this work is done by a charge controller or a regulator. That's why if you find your system when there is no charge controller, power at night will move from the battery back to the panel. That's why you find your panel not working well. Why? Because you didn't install a charge controller. Okay? Another function, I've loved these charge controllers on the solar systems. Those ones never miss to put a charge controller in any system you install. Let us see another function. There is load control. It has a function of controlling the loads. How? These charge controllers, how do they control the loads? The loads, we said, those are the TVs, the lights, security lights, the fridges, those are the loads, okay? Now, how does this charge controller controls those things? If it sees when there is high voltages from the panel, it doesn't allow for our system to blow. This high voltage can blow the system or the bulbs. charge controller will control. Here comes the load control. Another thing, some bulbs, let's say bulbs, they can blow when they see low voltages. Okay? When there is no low voltages on the battery is sending little current, and it may affect our TV. When there is low voltages, you will see your TV coming as if it's not coming to light, trying to stress itself to light. In a long run, it can blow. Now, this charge regulator detects that thing. It disconnects all your loads. Okay, let us see what they are saying to us. Some controllers automatically turn loads on or off, as I've told you. Now, once it detects when the battery is low, when it detects that the battery is low, there is no power to light your lights. It will disconnect all your lights, all your TVs. Don't say that the system has failed. No, it is the work of a regulator. It is trying to save your TV, your lights. Okay? Then you wait, give it time. For it has detected automatically that the voltages in the battery is low and has disconnected all your loads. Okay? It is automatic, digital. Sometimes some are not digital, others are digital. Okay, digital, I mean they have a display. Okay? Now, when the battery charges tomorrow, you wait until tomorrow. When the battery charges tomorrow, it does what? It connects on your loads automatic without you going to switch on off. No, it does it automatic by the transistors, as we shall see in our next lessons when we have started electronics. We shall see how these transistors switch on and off. That is digital electronics. Okay? And today, we see this thing, it is working in charge controllers. They have said some of the controllers, not all that they do this, but some. Okay? Some can leave you and you consume the battery without disconnecting. And you'll see your TV flickering, showing that the voltages are low. And the customer will sit, someone will sit and watch the TV even though the light is flickering. Meaning, first switch off some loads so that other loads are the priority loads may be working. For example, switch off the TV so that you can have light, because light is priority. Okay? So that you use that small time, then you prepare to sleep, then wait until tomorrow. The sun will come, the panel will send voltages to the regulator then start charging the battery. Then your loads will work as you want. Okay? Now another function is the voltage regulation. The function of a voltage regulation. Wow, I've liked these regulators. I don't think I can do any solar installation. The first thing I put on a paper when I'm doing a quotation is the charge regulator. But you can't do a charge regulator without calculating which charge regulator you will need, because there are different types according to the amperes, as we are going to see how to calculate a charge regulator. Okay? According to your system, we shall see how you can know the charge regulator. Now here we are saying it regulates voltages. How? This regulator does a lot of work. I said it is the heart of the solar system. I think everything works about, it is around the regulator. Every problem, everything on solar system, you first go to the regulator. Every technician, if you're a technician, if there is a solar system, first check a regulator. Go with your meter, a multimeter. Test. Look what is the regulator reading, because the regulator will show you that the voltages from the panel is 21. Voltages on the battery is 12 volts. Voltage is going to the rod is 12 volts. Now, it regulates the voltages. The panel will send 21 volts, but the battery needs 12 volts. I mean, it is 12 volt battery. You know, the battery is measured in 12 volts, like in 12 volts stroke the amperes, like 100 ampere hours, that is 100 ah stroke 12 volts. It will need that battery. Such a battery will need like that battery. You see the battery voltages, 100 amps, ampere hour, 12 volts. Okay, it will need something like 15 volts for charging. Yet our solar panel is bringing 21 volts. Okay, now this regulator will regulate this 21 volts. It controls the voltages. It brings only 15 for the panel, for the battery to charge. Okay, without the regulator, 21 will go direct to the battery, and our battery, with the time, I know very soon you will again call, or a customer will call you that the battery is dead, and you will find the battery in the battery type. It depends which battery type. If it is powdered, if it is for lead acid, okay, it depends. And it is not good to change the battery because they are expensive. Now install a regulator so that you prevent these costs. Even you, a customer, never allow a technician to do for you a solar system without a regulator. Okay. Now let us see the last but not last, the battery condition monitoring. This regulator, it monitors the battery conditions. As I said, it has a display. Let me show you a bit of some illustration. Okay. As I told you, it regulates. They are saying this charge controller, one of the last function for it, it monitors the battery conditions. How? It's like this. For example, this is our regulator. It has a display. Here it has terminals, positive, negative, positive, negative. This is positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. It shows that this is for panel, this is for battery, and this is for the load. Okay, so anyone can connect this charge controller because it's showing you positive. Connect it here from the panel. It shows you negative here, positive from the battery, positive, negative from the battery, even positive from the loads, then negative from the loads. Then it will display everything here, that you have connected the load, you have connected the panel, you have connected the battery. It will have the panel size, then it shows an arrow which shows that the panel is charging the battery, then it puts a battery. Okay, then if you connect the loads, it will put another arrow, then it will show you that now also the loads are on. You see how the charge controller is just simple. It simplifies life. Now to monitor the battery condition, if you connect your battery here, okay, if the battery is low, it will indicate here. Let's say when the battery is full, it will show you 13.7 volts when the battery is fully, or 14.3. Okay, now when the battery is low, it will still show you that the battery is 10 volts low battery. And you can, even if you're a customer or a technician, that's why I told you, just come and first read what the charge controller is telling you. Where is the fault? It will show you that it is night, but the battery is 10 volts. Even though you don't measure, it has measured for you. Okay? It will say, if it disconnects, now, this is the way it detects the battery condition. Okay? That's how it monitors the battery condition. And this is how the functions, and this is how we have explained the functions of a recharge controller. Okay? We shall see how we can get, which amperes, which formula can we use to get the charge controller according to our system. If you design a system, how can you tell that this is the charge controller you will need to use in your solar system? And we shall see in the next video. Okay? Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more tips on solar systems. Before we shall go to the batteries, then to the loads. Again, then we shall go to the electrical installations. We see how we connect the wiring, how this electricity started, how after electricity, again we shall go to the electronics. Subscribe so that you don't miss any video which is interesting. If you want to be an electrician, a solar technician, or an electronic technician, I mean the electronic repairing, TV repairing, phone repairing any electronic gadgets, this channel is for you. You are on the right track. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.